Welcome to Charles Travels, the podcast where we explore the world's most fascinating stories and destinations. I'm your host, Charles, and I'm glad you're joining me today. As we embark on this journey together, I want to take you to a place that's been weighing heavily on my heart lately, Myanmar, a country in Southeast Asia that's been affected by a devastating earthquake. As I sit here, reflecting on the news from Myanmar, I'm reminded of the resilience and strength of its people. The recent earthquake has left a trail of destruction, claiming countless lives and leaving many more without homes or loved ones. But, even in the face of such tragedy, there are stories of hope and courage that inspire us to keep moving forward. One such story is that of Soe U, a former imam from Sagaing, Myanmar, who's lost 13 loved ones in the disaster. His account of the devastation is heartbreaking. Yet it's also a testament to the power of community and faith. As he shares his memories of those who perished, you can't help but feel the depth of his sorrow. Soe U's story takes us to the streets of Sagaing, where buildings lie in ruins and the sounds of rescue efforts fill the air. We hear about the challenges faced by the Muslim community in burying their dead according to Islamic tradition, and the bravery of those who are working tirelessly to help their fellow citizens. As I listen to Soe U's words, I'm struck by the human spirit's capacity for love, compassion, and perseverance. It's a reminder that even in the darkest moments, there's always hope for a brighter tomorrow. Today we'll be exploring more of this story and others like it, as we delve into the complexities of Myanmar's culture, history, and people. We'll take you on a journey through the country's stunning landscapes, vibrant cities, and resilient communities. So join me on this episode of Charles Travels, as we travel to Myanmar and discover the stories that make this country so remarkable. From the earthquake's aftermath to the rich cultural heritage of its people, we'll be exploring it all. We'll be right back with more fascinating travel adventures on Charles Travels. Welcome back to Charles Travels, folks. I hope you're enjoying the journey so far. As we continue our exploration of the world around us, I'd like to take a moment to reflect on some of the stories that have caught my attention recently. I've been following a series of news articles from Riverside County, California, and I must say, it's been quite eye-opening. From the sentencing of a man for his role in a fentanyl overdose death in Idaho, to the approval of public health fee revisions by the County Board of Supervisors, there's no shortage of important issues being addressed in this region. But what really stood out to me was the story of a Palm Desert man and a 17-year-old teenager who were arrested in connection with a shooting incident. It's a sobering reminder that even in our own communities, we face challenges related to public safety and the well-being of our citizens. As I delved deeper into these stories, I began to notice a common thread: the importance of community involvement and engagement. Whether it's the need for teachers to participate more in decision-making processes, or the role that law enforcement plays in keeping our communities safe, it's clear that we all have a stake in shaping the world around us. As travelers, we often find ourselves in unfamiliar places, meeting new people and experiencing different cultures. But as we navigate these new landscapes, let's not forget the importance of staying informed about what's happening back home. By engaging with local news and issues, we can gain a deeper understanding of the complexities that shape our communities, and perhaps even discover ways to make a positive impact. So, as we take a break from our travels and tune into the news from Riverside County, let's remember that the stories we hear are not just about distant events. They're about people, places, and issues that affect us all. And who knows, maybe by listening more closely to these stories, we'll discover new ways to connect with each other and to make our own communities stronger and more resilient. Stay tuned for our final story of the day, right here on Charles Travels. Welcome back to Charles Travels. As we conclude our journey today, I'd like to take you to the vibrant city of Palm Springs, California, where the sun-kissed streets are always bustling with life. But amidst the beauty and charm of this desert oasis, there's a pressing concern that affects us all: distracted driving. As we travel through the rolling hills and picturesque landscapes of America, it's easy to get caught up in the stunning views and forget about the importance of safe driving practices. But the reality is, distracted driving is a menace that claims thousands of lives every year. That's why during the National Distracted Driving Awareness Month, authorities in Riverside County are ramping up their efforts to keep our roads safe. Imagine cruising down the Pacific Coast Highway, the wind in your hair, and the sound of the ocean waves crashing against the shore. It's a breathtaking experience, but one that requires your undivided attention. As you navigate through the twists and turns, it's essential to keep your eyes on the road and your hands on the wheel. The local authorities are taking a proactive approach to combat distracted driving, with increased patrols and checkpoints throughout the month of April. They're not just looking for drivers who are texting or talking on their phones. They're also on the lookout for those who are eating, grooming, or engaging in any other activity that takes their attention away from the road. As travelers, we have a responsibility to ourselves, our fellow passengers, and other road users to drive safely and responsibly. So, let's make a conscious effort to put away our devices, avoid distractions, and focus on the journey ahead. By doing so, we can ensure that our travels are not only enjoyable, but also safe. As I reflect on my own journeys across America, I'm reminded of the countless stories I've heard from people who have been affected by distracted driving. The loss, the pain, and the suffering that it causes are a stark reminder of the importance of staying vigilant behind the wheel. So, as we wrap up today's episode of Charles Travels, I want to leave you with a thought-provoking question. What can you do to make our roads safer? Is it putting away your phone, avoiding distractions, or simply being more mindful of your surroundings? Whatever it is, remember that every small action counts, and together, we can create a safer, more responsible driving culture. That's all for today's Charles Travels. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, keep on traveling.